Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much respect to the brothers labing worldwide, and a hearty shalom to the believers out there who's believing on the words of Yahweh Shai in truth and sincerity. It's your brother Dawadah coming to you with another lesson. Lord willing is edifying. Title of this lesson is All Nations Will Serve Thee. And who was that thee? The Israelites. Alright? Point blank period. All nations will serve the Israelites in the kingdom. Alright? Why? Because we've been in captivity under all nations. Alright? Let's get a quick precept. Let's go to the book of First Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 2 and verse 10. What nation have not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils? Yeah, what nation has not had a part in the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of the Israelites, man? What nation? All right, all nations we have been in captivity under. Why? Because we transgressed the words of Yahweh Shai. All right, let's go to the book of Zephaniah, and this lesson was sparked by my brother. All right, he was reading Zephaniah chapter 2, and he read this one particular. He read the whole chapter, but these couple precepts, sparked him, and it sparked him to actually call me regarding this. All right, so this is Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 8. I have heard the reproach of Moab and the revelings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, the power of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah. Even the breeding of nettles and salt pits, and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them. Yeah, man. All right, because Moab and Ammon have went against the children of Israel, as all these other nations, guess what? They're going to become a spoil to us. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Jeremiah. All right? Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 15. Salaki, verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So Yahweh Shai has made it pretty clear that, guess what? All these other nations are going to be spoiled by us. All right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. All right? Because he told Yahweh Shai, right? Ask of me, and I will give you the heathen. All right? So this is Psalms chapter 2 and verse 8. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the utmost parts of the earth for thy possession. All right? So guess what? That's still in effect. All right? We're going to possess all these nations that had us in captivity. Going on, thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. All right? And guess what? The precept to that is in Revelation. All right? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it. Because all these nations, not just Esau, Edom, all right, but all these nations are going to be under servitude to the Israelites. All right, they're going to be our inheritance. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 2 I'm going to start at verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, right? Overcometh and keepeth my works to the end, to him will I give power over the nations, right? And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I have received of my Father. You see that? So Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, is going to grant us that. All right? Why? Because all these nations have had a part in our kingdom. All right? All these nations have had a part in executing judgment on the children of Israel, man. Having us in slavery. All right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. All right? They've done crafty counsel. Right? This is Psalms chapter 83 and verse 1. A song or psalm of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O power. Hold not thy peace. Be not still, O power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones, right? They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now he's going to start naming them, right? The tabernacles of Edom, right? Esau, Edom, the chief ones, man. All right? And the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, right? Africans. Gabal, more Africans. And Ammon. Who was Ammon? The Japanese. And Amalek. Who was Amalek? Amalek is the chief house of Edom, man. The so-called Jewish people, right? The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, right? Ashur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot, Selah. All right, so all these nations were confederate against the children of Israel. So all these nations going to have to get what they're going to get. All right, we are joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. All right, and receiving all those things that he said were going to be for the inheritance of the children of Israel. Matter of fact, let's go to the book of Romans. Let's go to Romans. Let's prove that Romans, right, chapter 8 and verse 17. And if children, matter of fact, let's read verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Hamashiach. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. So we are joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. All right? And whatever Yahweh grants Yahweh Shai, guess what? By default, he's going to grant us. All right? Because we follow the land whithersoever we go. All right? Let's go to the book of Amos. Amos chapter 9, right? What do I want to start? Verse 11. Let's start at verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old. So that's what Yahweh Shai is doing right now. He's building up the tabernacle of David right now. Right? He's closing up all those breaches. Verse 12. That they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen. Right? We're going to possess the remnant of Edom Just like we read earlier in Zephaniah, the remnant of Ammon, right? The remnant of Moab, right? Which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh Shabbat, that doeth this. So the Lord, it's his will to do this, all right? For those nations to be put in captivity, right? Because what you've done, you're going to get back. Matter of fact, let's go to Galatians, all right? And we use this precept, right, in various ways. And it always applies, right? This is the book of Galatians chapter 6 and verse 7. Be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So guess what? They sold slavery to the children of Israel. Guess what? They're going to reap slavery, man. And it's clear, right? And you may have a problem with it, but guess what? Yahweh Shah said it's a righteous thing, right? Let's go get it. Let's prove all things, all right? And these are simple precepts, right, that we should all know. Salakia, 2 Thessalonians. All right. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Yeah. This is a righteous thing for we, Lord willing, we're a part of that number, right? To take those in captives who captives we were, right? Let's read this again. Seeing it is a righteous thing with the Most High to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Yeah, it's a righteous thing to take those who took you into captivity, man. All right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. All right? And this is prophecy. And guess what? All the words of Yahweh Shah is going to come to pass. Isaiah chapter 60. And we're going to start at verse 1. Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh Shah is risen upon thee. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Yeah, man, that's the time we're in now. The glory of the Lord Yahweh Shah has risen upon his men. Right? Out there teaching on the highways and byways, doing these video epistles, doing these sit-downs, right? And it reads, and the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising. No, those Gentiles right there, those are Israelites, man. All right? Scripture tell you that we were Gentiles, carried away the dumb idols. All right? Let's prove that. Let's go to the book of 1 Corinthians, right? Chapter 12 and verse 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, right? Carried away unto these dumb idols, even as ye were led. All right? So ye were Gentiles, man. You had that Gentile state of mind. All right? That's these Gentiles right here that we read about. In verse 3, this is Isaiah 60 and 3. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Right? Lift up thine eyes round about, and see, all they gather themselves together. They come to thee, thy sons shall come from far, right? And thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side, right? It says, then shalt thou see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because of the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. And the forces of the Gentiles, who are these Gentiles? The other nations, right? Shall come unto thee. All right? Let's jump down to verse 10. And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor I have had mercy on thee. Yeah, he's going to have mercy on the remnant of the children of Israel, man. The elect. All right? Therefore, thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought, right? For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. And that's what's waiting on Esau Edom. Alright? He's going to be utterly wasted at the end of this thing, man. Scripture tell you he's going to be burnt up. Alright? Let's go to the book of Baruch. This is Baruch chapter 4 and verse 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem. Now, Jerusalem is a people before it's a place. Alright? Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Right? Yasha'Allah. Alright? Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Yeah, miserable are them. Miserable are the cities which thy children serve. Miserable is she that received thy sons, right? For as she rejoiced at thy ruin, and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning, right? Then we read about the pride of Moab, right? The pride of Ammon, all right? And we know about the pride of Esau, all right? And these other nations, man, all right? That took a lot of pride for them to be confederate, all right, to try and put out the name of Israel, right? It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One. Right? So Yahweh Shah word, who is Yahweh, Shalaki, who is Yahweh Shah, is gathering everybody, right? He's gathering both good and bad. But guess what? Only the remnant is going to return and repent. Going on, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. Yeah, we rejoice in the glory of Yahweh Shah. All right? Whenever we do these video epistles, whenever we do these sit-downs, right? Whenever we go out there on the highways and byways and teach, we doing it to glorify Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right? And miserable are these nations that have afflicted us. And they're going all into captivity. Every one of them. Matter of fact, I got to go back and read it again. And we'll close it out right here. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30 and verse 16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. All right? And that's what Yahweh Shah is going to do, man. All right? It's simple. Clean and to the point. That's going to be it for the lesson. Lord and willing, has been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Shalom.